Good morning, everyone. It's so wonderful to be here again in beautiful Fredericton. Thank you, Dr. Gorbani and your team for inviting me back to the PST Industry Summit. It's one of the highlights of my year to come to this conference and help shape the future of innovation in Canada. The leaders in this room are some of Canada's top innovators. And you serve as an inspiration for all of us to continue exploring new ideas. For those of you I haven't met, I'm Jennifer Sloan, and I lead Mastercard's public policy and stakeholder engagement in Canada. A little bit about Mastercard. We're a world leader in the payments industry. This is mainly what we're traditionally known for. Our network handles billions in commerce every day, making it a vital part of the global economy. However, it's much more accurate to say we are a technology company. When you have the responsibility to successfully manage that much commerce every single day, cybersecurity is paramount. As Frank McKenna said earlier, failure is not an option. And I would add, collaboration is key. We invest heavily in research and development to modernize the Canadian and global payments systems. We invest heavily in research and development to build advanced cybersecurity tools, both globally and in Canada, at our Intelligence and Cyber Center of Excellence in Vancouver. We invest and forge partnerships with Canada's ecosystem, including academia, industry, and not-for-profits, to unlock research, open opportunities for underrepresented groups, and inspire the next generation of innovators, all in the spirit of collaboration. And we invest heavily in the innovations that are giving Canadians new, exciting, and secure tools to interact with the economy. The most recent example of our commitment to invest is our acquisition of Recorded Future for more than $2.6 billion. Recorded Future is the world's largest threat intelligence company, with clients across 75 countries, 45 governments, and more than half of Fortune 100 companies. This acquisition will bolster the insights and intelligence used to secure the digital economy in the payments ecosystem and beyond. I'm also very excited to say that the person tasked with leading the integration of Recorded Future is Sasha Christix. This means Sasha will be moving on from her role as president of Mastercard Canada, but this change ensures that the Canadian perspective remains at the core of global solutions as we bring Mastercard and Recorded Future together. Why are these partnerships and this acquisition important? Because Mastercard is committed to driving prosperity in Canada by harnessing technology, innovation, and inclusivity to power individuals and businesses across the country to thrive in the economy. We believe that prosperity is not just a goal, it's a collective journey that we all contribute to. Yet at the moment in Canada, we are seeing a significant divide in how Canadians view prosperity. Our Mastercard research shows that only 41% believe Canada is prosperous as a nation, while 45% believe we aren't. It has been a tough couple of years for the economy in our country, We've come through a brief period of high inflation, which led to a sharp rise in interest rates. And while interest rates are starting to come back down, many Canadians and businesses continue to feel financial pressure, which is reflected in how Canadians view prosperity across our nation. As for personal prosperity, even though 6 in 10 Canadians feel their lives are prosperous, young Canadians are telling us they're being left behind. Only 40% of Canadians under the age of 25 feel they are more prosperous than previous generations. So how can we address this? A key part of the solution is harnessing Canada's incredible tech landscape and driving innovation. We're not alone in this perspective. We've also found that about 2/3 of Canadians agree that advances in technology and innovation will make the country more prosperous in the future. On the leading edge of that technology is the rapidly advancing innovation that we're seeing in artificial intelligence. Since we last gathered at this summit a year ago, the implementation of generative AI tools such as ChatGPT or Copilot have fundamentally changed conversations in boardrooms and kitchen tables across Canada. In the minds of Canadians, AI has gone from something they'd see in futuristic movies to a tool that is right at their fingertips. For businesses, artificial intelligence can be used to analyze vast amounts of data in real time to predict market trends, allowing them to proactively design solutions for their consumers while maintaining their trust. It can automate time-consuming tasks, freeing up time and resources for small businesses to invest in their business. Super timely because it's also Small Business Month in Canada. This is one way AI can grow the Canadian economy and improve prosperity. Investments by small business owners in this tool can lead to new streams of revenue and new opportunities. The remaining challenge is to promote widespread adoption. Stats Canada has found about only 6% of Canadian businesses used some form of AI in the past 12 months, and the vast majority of those businesses being large corporations. We must do better at helping the small business community integrate new technologies. Small businesses make up about 98% of all businesses in Canada, so it is imperative we support them. Now look, none of this is news to us here in the room. AI has been a key tool in the technology industry for years. At Mastercard, it's played a key role in our cybersecurity system for well over a decade. We also know that Canada is a world leader in developing this technology. We have a vibrant AI startup ecosystem with nearly 700 companies working on cutting-edge ideas. As a country, we rank first in the G7 in our ability to retain AI talent. And this past spring, the federal government signaled its continued commitment to foster innovation in this space with a $2.4 billion package to secure Canada's AI advantage. This funding is going to help support the adoption of AI by major industries and small businesses, boost startups, ensure access to cutting-edge infrastructure, and even provide skills training. We know these tools must be responsibly developed. And at Mastercard, we are proud signatories of the Government of Canada's voluntary AI Code of Conduct to ensure AI systems help build safety and trust. We should be proud of this Canadian success story, but we cannot rest on our laurels. This is an extremely competitive space, and countries globally are investing heavily creating competition for tech talent. We risk losing Canadian talent to companies around the world if we don't continue to invest in research and education. Of note, we must also ensure these tools reflect our society by eliminating biases in these systems. And I really want to focus on that point because I believe it's extremely important. One of Canada's greatest strengths is our multicultural society and how different perspectives play a critical role in building our communities. And Canadians agree. Our research shows 74% of Canadians believe diversity, equity, and inclusion are crucial for achieving an ideal vision of Canada. We know, sadly, this always hasn't been the case. For too many years, systemic biases have held back large segments of the Canadian population. Barriers to education, barriers to financial services, barriers to housing. These realities came to be because people of different backgrounds were not just excluded, but discriminated against as laws and other processes were developed. So as we continue to develop the digital economy and AI, we must do all we can to eliminate these biases right from the very start. It's not going to be easy. AI uses big data sets, and marginalized groups are traditionally underrepresented in big data. There's a risk they may be left behind immediately. To begin to turn the tide, the people who are ideating, developing, designing, and promoting new AI tools must reflect the community as a whole. This is a core belief at Mastercard. We have a clearly developed protocol we call Mastercard's Data Responsibility Principles. There are 7 principles: security and privacy, transparency and control, accountability, integrity, innovation, social impact, and inclusion. And I'll take a moment here to focus on those last 2 because they are at the very heart of what we're talking about today. First, we must embrace diversity in all its forms to enable data practices, analytics, and outputs that are inclusive, comprehensive, and equitable. We do this by seeking out partners and talents with a wide range of backgrounds and experiences to not just inform our data, but to help us build our inclusive solutions. We want their experiences to be at the heart of these digital tools. Second, we are committed to using data for good, to identify needs and opportunities to make a positive impact on diverse communities and individuals around the world. As we know, data is a powerful tool that can be used to build up communities. But again, we need to check our biases when it comes to the data we are using. Depending on the source being used, marginalized and minority groups could be vastly underrepresented in the data. We need to ensure that data sets are being audited to quantify and address the impact newly deployed AI is having on underserved consumers. And the only way we can accurately include the perspectives of all communities in these data sets is to eliminate blind spots, to give everyone a seat at the table. So how do we do that? By building a diverse and inclusive tech workforce. We must continue to provide equitable access to training and resources. In this room, we know innovation is linked to education. The more diverse people we can get interested in the technology sector, the stronger our innovation networks will become. At Mastercard, we're proud to actively support the development and diversification of Canada's tech workforce. We have this incredible partnership with the UNB's Canadian Institute for Cybersecurity, and the work being done by the team here has been nothing short of extraordinary. This partnership helped create the Mastercard Internet of Things Chair, and in this role, Dr. Liu is advancing critically important research in cybersecurity and training opportunities in the Internet of Things. To help achieve greater diversity in the tech sector, our partnership also includes the Mastercard Cybersecurity Scholarships. This scholarship provides recipients $25,000 to support them through the Masters of Applied Cybersecurity program and the Research Intensive Cyber Knowledge Studies program. Recipients include a young mother and a student from the Philippines. They are both brilliant students who are making tremendous contributions to the university. We're extremely proud to help lift some of the financial burden to help them pursue this amazing career. We're also funding scholarships through UBC, Simon Fraser University, BCIT, and the University of Victoria, largely targeted to support groups and underrepresented groups in the tech sector, like women and Indigenous populations. But this work can't be done at the university level alone. So we're supporting programs that deliver STEM education programs to school-aged kids. Last year, I told you the story how Mastercard's partnership with Actua actually came together after I met Jennifer Flanagan at this very conference in 2022. Actua is a wonderful organization, and among its many programs is its National Indigenous Youth in STEM program. For more than 20 years, this program has collaborated with 200 First Nations, Inuit, and Métis communities to reach more than 30,000 kids, and they're all doing incredible work. We can't just stop at education, though. We also need to make significant investments in Canada's tech infrastructure. Right now, only 60% of Canadian households in rural and remote communities have access to high-speed internet. On First Nations, that number falls to just 43%. Entire communities are being left behind in the digital economy. It's incumbent upon all of us in this room to redouble our efforts to ensure Canadians from all backgrounds and walks of life have an opportunity to participate in our tech workforce. This will strengthen communities, grow prosperity, and help eliminate biases in the innovative tools that we're all developing. By investing in cutting-edge technologies and fostering a culture of inclusivity, we are paving the way for a future where Canadians can thrive. Mastercard is proud to be a part of Canada's technological and economic journey, and we're excited to continue working alongside all of you in this room to shape a prosperous future for us all. To that end, I'm looking forward to the conversations we'll have on this stage and throughout the room. We want to hear your ideas and learn about the innovative work you're doing. So thank you again for the invitation to join you today, and let's continue to innovate together.